Anime begins with Noir Stardia, the third son of a minor noble family. He decided to start working instead of continuing his studies after leaving high school. As he gets ready for his first day of work, he enters the living room and finds his father on his knees, with his mother looking worried. Noir learns that the Viscount's son has taken his position, and he will no longer be working in the library. After the incident with his lost job, Noir reveals that he belongs to the baronet class, one of the lowest social statuses. Just then, his sister arrives furious about what happened to him and embraces him. She suggests that Noir enroll in the Heroes Academy, assuring him that she will support him even if he fails. She explains that those who graduate from the academy have the opportunity to become hunters or knights, which would provide him with a stable future. Despite his doubts about passing the entrance, his sister persistently urges him to enroll, and eventually Noir agrees. Later, as Noir is strolling down the street, he encounters Emma, the daughter of a duke and his childhood friend. Although Emma comes from a wealthy family, their parents have been close friends, so they have known each other since they were little. Emma excitedly shares that today will be a great day for her as a librarian alongside Noir, as Noir explains that he won't be working in the library due to the interference of the Viscount's son. Emma becomes deeply disappointed, as she was eagerly looking forward to working alongside him. She had even planned to share some good news about Noir's unique ability. Intrigue, Noir reveals that he possesses the power of the Great Sage. This extraordinary ability allows him to summon an old man who possesses vast knowledge about the world, making it one of the most peculiar powers. He mentions that his parents were overjoyed when they discovered his ability at the church. However, Noir admits that he doesn't use his power often because whenever he asks the Great Sage a question, he suffers from painful headaches. Even simple inquiries like whether the day will be rainy or sunny result in these agonizing migraines. Hearing this, Emma shares a piece of information she read in a book. It states that when the last Great Sage experienced these terrible headaches, he gathered all his wives and kissed them, as it apparently provided relief from migraines. Noir summons the Great Sage. The old man appears and Noir inquires about the best way to strengthen himself and pass the entrance exam for the Heroes Academy. The sage advises him to explore a hidden dungeon located 15,000 meters southeast. Just as the sage begins to provide more details about the dungeons, the invocation abruptly ends and the sage disappears. Noir starts to suffer from headaches once again. Quick to offer a solution, Emma suggests kissing him once more. In a scene change, Noir is shown standing at the entrance of the cave, fully equipped for his mission. He even borrowed his father's swords. As he explores deeper with him, he comes across a large door and successfully opens it using a spell that the sage had shared with him. As he explores further, he comes across the chain woman who had guided him to the hall through her telepathic abilities. She asks Noir to touch her head. When he does, he establishes a connection with her and learns that her name is Olivia Servant. Olivia reveals that she is trapped in the dungeon because she entered it alone and encountered a monster. When she killed the monster, a trap was activated, resulting in her imprisonment for the past 200 years. Noir is amazed by Olivia's story and wants to free her. However, she warns him not to attempt it, as the chains binding her special and cutting them would result in her death. Despite her situation, Olivia explains that she guided Noir to her because she feels incredibly lonely and desired someone to talk to. She then asks Noir to press his forehead against hers, intending to transfer all her powers to him since she cannot utilize them while being chained. After transferring her abilities to Noir, Olivia tells him that he can now refer to her as his teacher. She explains that with these newfound powers, he has the ability to create unique abilities and grant them to others through objects he creates. Additionally, Noir possesses the skill of editing, which allows him to modify his own abilities or those of others. However, Olivia warns Noir about the importance of using his powers carefully to utilize his abilities. He must have life points or LP. The more powerful the ability, the more LP will consume. Olivia explains that Noir can earn life points by engaging in activities that bring him great pleasure, such as satisfying his carnal desires with someone he is attracted to, indulging in delicious or luxurious foods, or accumulating and spending money. Olivia teaches Noir how to check his remaining LP and how to use his ability to create. Noir successfully creates his first object, learning to shoot stone bullets by condensing the dust in the air. However, the exertion leaves him exhausted and he realizes he needs to find a way to replenish his life points. In a scene change, Noir shown lying on his sister's legs where he asks her for a hug and his LP increases as a result. The next day, Noir meets Emma in the park and asks her for a hug to continue increasing his life points. This triggers a memory of Noir asking Olivia to teach him a spell to pass an academy exam. Olivia demonstrates the power of the analytical eye, and Noir tests it by examining Emma's abilities. During their conversation, Emma mentions that her neck hurts due to the weight of her heart size. Seeing opportunity to test his creation power, Noir reduces the size of her heart. However, Emma is unhappy with the change and asks him to revert them back to their original size. Noir must use his edit ability to undo the change, and he feels remorseful for wasting his precious LP. Noir finds himself on his first at the Heroes Academy. He realizes that he is surrounded by males and viscounts who look down on him because he is only a baronet. As a result, no one wants to team up with him for the first mission, which involves collecting monster materialists, feeling sad and ostracized. Noir is surprised when Emma arrives and offers to be his teammates. She reveals that she quit her job at the library to join him at the Heroes Academy. Shortly after, a girl named Lenore Bluden also expresses a desire to team up with them, although she still holds the stain for Noir due to his lower social status. The professor informs the students that they have until morning to deliver the monster materials. Other students are planning to set a trap by purchasing the materials, giving them advantage to the wealthy students. Lenore suggests that they work separately, but Noir comes up with an idea. He proposes that they return to the dungeon and collect the materials by defeating various monsters found inside. In a scene change, Noir encounters a Dead Reaper, one of the most powerful monsters, with a level of 99, while Noir's level is only 23. Dead Reaper attacks Noir with the scythe, and Noir attempts to use his powers but realizes he doesn't have enough LP to do so, using a weak power to momentarily stop Dead Reaper. Noir feels his strength draining, falls to his knees. However, with his last ounce of effort, he manages to create a stone bullet and pierces the Dead Reaper's chest, defeating him. This victory increases the Lara's level to 33. The next day, the professor is set to announce the top 3 teams of the entrance exam. Noir recalls asking Master Olivia if killing the Dead Reaper was enough to pass the test, and she confirmed that it was. The professor reveals the names of the teams that ranked 2nd and 3rd before finally announcing that Noir's group has won the test, with 10 times more points than the 2nd place team. Noir, Emma, and Lenore are astonished by their unexpected victory and the significant advantage they achieve. The professor explains that by delivering the skull of the Dead Reaper, they have not only passed the exam, but also made history of the Academy. Noir's family is initially thrilled to receive the news of his victory in the entrance exam. However, their happiness fades when they see the high cost of the school tuition, which amounts to 300,000 rels. Noir expresses his uncertainty about how they will manage to afford it. In a scene change, Noir visits his master in the dungeon to inform her about the tuition fee. Master Olivia suggests that he could earn money by killing monsters in the dungeon than selling their materials. Noir hesitates, not wanting to draw more attention to himself after the incident during the Academy exam. He recalls a memory of asking Lenore to take credit for defeating the Dead Reaper, as it would be easier for the daughter of a count to receive recognition rather than a simple baronet like himself, who is often referred to as trash. Noir shares with his master that he allowed a classmate to take all the credit for his actions. Master Olivia responds that there is only one way to earn money in this situation, which is to join the Adventurous Guild. Later, Noir arrives at the castle to register at the guild and meets Lola, the receptionist. Lola explains the different types of adventurers, including those who gather natural extracts, those who kill monsters, and those who explore dungeons. These adventurers are categorized into ranks that determine the missions they undertake and the amount of money they earn. Lola assures Noir that if he performs well, he can advance in rank. She provides him with a sheet to record his abilities, but Noir is nervous. Lola assures him that the information he provides will remain classified within the guild. Noir finds himself captivated by Lola's pleasant scent. However, Lola suspects that he is lying about his abilities. She reveals that the guild they are in is called Odin, the same guild to which Olivia's servant belonged. Noir, unable to contain his excitement, asks if Lola is referring to his master, immediately regretting his outbursts, because Lola explains that imposters claiming to be successors of Olivia occasionally appeared to test Noir's claims. Lola retrieves a book. She explains that if he is telling the truth, all his abilities will be written in the book. Lola asks Noir to place his hand on the book. Feeling confident, Noir proposes a bet to Lola. He suggests that if his abilities are recorded in the book, Lola should lift the bottom part and apologize to him. To their surprise, Lola realizes that Noir is indeed the true successor of Olivia when she sees his abilities written in the book. Lola fully fulfills her promise to Noir, lifts the bottom part of her skirt as part of their bet. This unexpected sight excites Noir and increases his LP. After this, Noir reveals to Lola that he needs to earn 300,000 rels within a week to pay his tuition. Lola assigns him a mission to catch rainbow grasshoppers. Noir hesitant as these insects are known to be challenging to capture. However, Lola reassures him, expressing confidence in his abilities and assuring him that he will be able to accomplish the task easily. As she encourages him, Lola approaches Noir and whispers to him that competent men are very attractive to her. Noir goes on the mission and contemplates whether he should summon the sage to help him find the nearest rainbow grasshoppers. Despite the potential severe headaches that it causes him, he recognizes that having his friend Emma nearby to kiss him could alleviate the pain, but he also realizes that he shouldn't always depend on her. Despite his concerns, Noir decides to summon the sage for assistance. The sage provides Noir with the location of the nearest rainbow grasshoppers. Noir mentions that the headache is tolerable and he sets off on his search. Eventually, he successfully finds the first rainbow grasshopper, but before he can celebrate, Emma arrives on the scene. Emma is angry because Noir did not inform her about his decision to become an adventurer of the guild. Noir explains that he didn't want to expose her to any danger, which is why he didn't tell her anything. In response, Emma reminds him of the promise they made his children that they would be together until death separates them. Emma suggests that the best way to find the rainbow grasshoppers is by summoning the sage. In an attempt to reassure her, Noir tells Emma that he no longer needs to kiss her to alleviate the headache caused by summoning the sage. However, upon hearing this, Emma becomes saddened. Noticing her reaction, Noir assures Emma that their long-standing friendship and their childhood connection make it perfectly acceptable to share a friendly greeting kiss. Noir and Emma successfully collect many rainbow grasshoppers. Later, Lola arrives and presents Noir with a payment of 250,000 rels. Seeing such a substantial amount of money, Noir becomes excited as he has never had that much money in his hands before. However, he still needs to earn an additional 50,000 rels to complete his tuition payment. Lola commends Noir for his progress and suggests that he will soon increase the rank if he continues performing well. She then assigns him the next task. However, Emma becomes jealous when she notices Lola hinting at Noir speaking closely to him. A dispute ensues between Emma and Lola as they both have feelings for Noir. The other adventurers witness the tension between the two girls and are tempted to start a fight. However, Noir intervenes by saying kind words to each girl, attempting to calm them down. Emma expresses her gratitude to Noir for his help in the mission, while Lola assures him that she will give her best as an adventurer. Lola then approaches Noir and asks him if they can have dinner together someday after work. Emma becomes angry upon seeing Lola continue to flirt with Noir openly in front of her. Noir and Emma are walking through a meadow, and Emma appears to be very upset. She expresses her concern to Noir, warning him that if he dying with Lola, she might lure him into a room and harm him. Noir seems highly interested in what she is saying, captivated by her words. Emma continues, saying that if she ends up in a room with Lola, she will unleash her wrath upon him. Emma mentions that she is searching for a particular type of rabbit that is causing damage to the ecosystem. She proposes that if they manage to catch the rabbit, they will receive the 50,000 rels Noir needs to pay his tuition. However, their conversation is interrupted when a group of goblins appears and begins attacking them. Suddenly, a giant rabbit arrives and impales one of the goblins with its horn. Noir urges Emma to step back, but she insists on defeating the rabbit herself, as she believes that if she completes the mission, Lola will stop flirting with Noir. The rabbit launches an attack toward Emma, but she skillfully dodges its attack. Emma then uses her wind strike power to unleash a powerful attack on the rabbit, followed by a series of slashes. In a surprising turn of events, the rabbit leaps towards Emma, but Noir quickly intervenes and saves her by using a stone bullet to send the rabbit flying far away. Noir and Emma find refuge in a forest, and Noir notices that Emma is feeling down because she believes she is not strong enough to defeat the rabbit. To assist her, Noir decides to use his analytical eye ability. Through this ability, he assesses that Emma needs a significant increase in her LP to enhance her powers. However, he realizes that it would require a considerable amount of points to make Emma stronger. Noir proposes in exchange, requesting something from her in return. Emma, determined to defeat the rabbit, agrees to do whatever is necessary. Noir then asks Emma if he can nibble her ear, which makes her nervous, but she reluctantly agrees. Taking her hand to comfort her, Noir begins to carry out the action. Emma enjoys it so much that she lets out a scream of pleasure. Unbeknownst to them, the rabbit discovers their presence behind a tree drawn by Emma's screens. At that moment, Noir finally accumulates enough points to increase Emma's powers. However, before he can act, the rabbit attacks them both. Emma is hit first, followed by Noir. However, Noir manages to protect himself by creating a stone shield. With her new powers, Emma successfully defeats the giant rabbit. They then deliver the rabbit's horn to Lola as proof of their accomplishments. Lola has surprised and impressed that Emma managed to defeat the rabbit without any assistance. At this moment, both Emma and Lola began to form a friendship and apologize for their previous rude behavior towards each other. Noticing the mention of the rabbit's meat, Noir comments that it is one of the most delicious and rare to find. Lola agrees, acknowledging that when adventurers manage to kill such a rabbit, they usually consume it immediately. Noir reveals his newly acquired ability, the Dimensional Pocket, which allows him to store things in another dimension. He uses this power to summon the giant rabbit. Once again overwhelmed by Noir's generosity, both Emma and Lola embraced him in a hug, expressing their gratitude. Everyone enjoys the delicious meat of the rabbit they defeated. Lola brings the payments for the mission and congratulates Noir, as he now has enough money to enroll in the academy and pursue his dream. Noir moved to see all the adventurers cheering for him and congratulating him on his admission to the School of Heroes. He expresses his gratitude to them and acknowledges that this achievement wouldn't have been possible without his teacher Olivia. In a touching moment, Olivia feels proud of Noir's accomplishments. Noir and Emma pay their tuition fees and leave the academy. As they walk, Emma tells Noir to bow his head in reverence because Maria Fiona Albert, the daughter of the famous Duke Albert, is passing by. Intrigued, Noir uses his analytical eye ability to observe Maria's abilities. To his surprise, he discovers that she carries a curse that will result in her death when she turns 16. It is the first day of Noir's attendance at the academy. He wakes up to find his sister, showing great affection towards him, wanting to give him a hug. However, their father interrupts the moment and appears uncomfortable witnessing their display of affection, but Emma is waiting for Noir outside his house, and they set off together toward the academy. They arrive at the school, and Noir mentions that everyone is required to wear a medal indicating their noble title, which reveals their economic status within society. They enter the classroom where Noir faces the disdain from his peers due to his noble background. Meanwhile, the boys in the class are drawn to Emma's beauty and her higher economic status, introducing themselves to her. However, the atmosphere changes when Maria, the daughter of the Duke, enters the classroom. Noir is captivated by her presence, feeling that she is beyond his reach. Surprisingly, Maria approaches Noir and addresses him by his first and last names. The other students are amazed that she knows the name of a baronet. Maria expresses her honor in meeting Noir and hopes they can have a good relationship. She also greets Emma, who is surprised since this is their first interaction. Maria then bids them farewell, stating that they will meet again later. Following this encounter, one of the boys who had previously shown disdain towards Noir approaches and with a friendlier attitude. However, Noir dismisses his advances, expressing disinterest, and continues on his way with Emma. Noir and Emma are in their first fighting class. The teacher, Elna, shares with the class that she used to be a mercenary since the age of 7 before becoming a teacher. She addresses the boys, declaring that she will not let them leave until she is satisfied, and licks her lips provocatively. To initiate the self-defense course, the teacher calls upon Noir as the first participant. She instructs him to attack with all his strength, claiming that he won't be able to land scratch on her. Noir takes his wooden sword and launches attack, but Elna swiftly dodges it with a rapid backward movement. The teacher explains that this technique is called a retreat and emphasizes that it is the first technique everyone in the class must learn. She then challenges Noir to defend himself by imitating her retreat. Confident in his abilities, Noir believes he can easily replicate the movement this time. However, Elna surprises him with a quick and unexpected attack, leaving him no time to defend himself. After recovering from the pain, she informs Noir that if he manages to execute the retreat correctly, she will reward him with something he will surely enjoy. As she says this, she slightly opens her blouse, capturing the attention and envy of the other students. Noir, motivated by the reward promised by the teacher, decides to use his abilities and skills to improve his retreat technique, as Elna throws another attack with her wooden sword. Noir successfully executes the retreat skill once again, surprising both the teacher and his fellow classmates. With a sense of accomplishment, Noir confidently asks Elna for his reward, which turns out to make every guy jealous because Noir is enjoying life. Yet, Emma observes everything with a sense of sadness. She thinks that he might develop romantic feelings for the teacher. The boys approach Noir and ask him how he felt, but the teacher instructs the students to pair up for the next exercise. However, she specifically tells Noir and Emma that they cannot be partners. Similarly, she tells Maria that she cannot team up with her assistant. A boy approaches Maria, suggesting that they pair up as they would make a great team due to their high noble status. However, Maria asserts that everyone should respect commoners and expresses her preference for partnering with the commoner rather than a noble. She then approaches the Noir and asks him to be her training partner. Noir responds that it would be an honor to team up with her. As the exercise begins, Maria takes Noir and applies a hold on. However, unexpectedly, she feigns and falls onto the Noir, accidentally landing her chest on his face. Realizing the potential misunderstanding, Noir quickly clarifies to everyone that is not what it seems. Yet, Mario's assistant simply ignores him to take care of her. Noir realizes that Maria's situation is due to the curse that will end her life when she turns 16. He contemplates using his editing ability to remove the curse, but the cost of 8,000 points is far beyond his current balance of 2,000 points. Determined to find a solution, Noir decides to summon the Great Sage for advice on how to earn the necessary points. The elder advises and Water that he must line up all the girls and run quickly while touching their hearts. If he successfully completes this task, he will earn 2,000 life points. However, Noir quickly realizes the impracticality of this plan, as there is no way he will do it and stay alive, and even earning those 2,000 points would not be sufficient to save Maria. After summoning the Great Sage and experiencing a severe headache, Noir asks them for a kiss as a means of curing the headache. However, Emma feels embarrassed to do so in front of everyone. Overwhelmed by the situation, Noir impulsively kisses Emma in front of their classmates. The girls in the class are impressed by this unexpected action. Unfortunately, the teacher becomes furious and punishes Noir by making him run for his behavior. Noir and Emma visit Lola to seek her assistance in finding a solution for Maria's curse. However, upon their arrival, Lola rushes to the bathroom to quickly apply makeup since she wasn't expecting to see Noir. After Lola returns, Noir explains Maria's curse to her, hoping for a solution. Lola suggests that her friend Luna may have the power to expel evil from bodies, but clarifies that she cannot remove cursed abilities. Motivated by Maria's kind words about him and his desire to help her, Noir decides that he must save her. He asks Lola to introduce him to Luna, and Lola goes to a temple. She encounters a long line of sick people waiting to see Luna. However, upon entering the temple, they find Luna resting, exhausted from expanding energy on healing people. Lola apologizes for interrupting Luna's rest, but explains that she has something important to discuss with her. Noir visits his teacher in the dungeon after a 2-week absence, and she is understandably angry with him. He explains Maria's curse to her, seeking guidance. The teacher advises Noir that acquiring a large number of LP is a challenging task, suggesting that he should seek Luna's assistance. Instead, she reveals that Luna is an elf and implies that satisfying his desires with individuals of different species can yield more life points. Noir becomes excited for the possibilities and asks his teacher how he can earn 10,000 LP. She reveals that she can teach him a technique called Lucky Pervert, which can earn him a significant amount of points. This ability comes at a cost of 300 LP, but promises unforgettable experiences. Accepting his teacher's offer, Noir requires the Lucky Pervert ability. Later, while walking towards Emma, he accidentally trips over a cat, causing his face to fall in her heart. This unexpected situation increases his LP automatically. Noir continues to earn many points due to the Lucky Perverted ability, which creates lucky situations with nearby girls. A strong wind causes their clothes to fly, enabling him to catch glimpses. While Noir enjoys this ability, he decides to edit it so that it doesn't acquire all the time or in serious situations. Lola arrives with Luna and they observe as Emma scolds Noir for looking at the girls. Luna compliments Noir, mentioning that he looks cute and might be her type. Upon meeting Luna, she asks them to follow her to discuss the matter concerning the Duke's daughter. As they walk behind Luna, Emma comments that Luna is pretty in her long legs. She laments having met her, fearing that Noir might develop feelings for Luna, since the only advantage Emma has over her is her chest. They go to a restaurant where Luna reveals that she once examined Maria, but made the decision not to remove the curse. She explains that although she has the ability to do it easily, she cannot remove the curse of turning 16. Noir informs her that Maria only has a few weeks left to live, and is experiencing a great deal of pain and fainting. Seeing Luna's sadness and feeling responsible for Maria's predicament, Noir utilizes his analytical eye ability and discovers the reason why Luna cannot remove the curse. If she removes someone's curse, it will reduce her own lifespan. Luna requests that they take her to Maria's house to heal her, but Noir insists on speaking to her alone. He reveals that he knows the reason why Luna can't heal Maria, but Luna expresses her determination to do it anyway. She shares with Noir that her mother, who is also a cleric, used to heal people but ultimately died because removing curses shortened her lifespan. Despite losing her mother as a child, Luna is proud of her for helping others. Suddenly an explosion occurs nearby, prompting them to quickly rush to the location. They discover an injured boy trapped under rubble where it takes out 2 weapons and uses her healing pistol ability to heal him, but it drains her energy rapidly. Noir carries Luna in his arms as she begins to cry, expressing she's afraid dying. Noir is puzzled by Luna's sudden display of cowardice, but discovers that it is one of her weaknesses triggered by a loss of energy. When Luna regains her composure, she feels embarrassed for having shown her cowardice in front of Noir and the others. Luna then informs them that they must go to the Duke's daughter to heal her. However, they notice that Luna's legs are trembling of fear, because removing Maria's curse would result in her own death, just like her mother. Lola embraces her and apologizes for not realizing her situation. Subsequently, Noir reveals to the girls that he has been studying Luna's abilities and has found a way to save Maria without Luna having to sacrifice herself. However, this solution requires a significant amount of LP, and Noir currently does not possess enough. Noir explains to the girls the steps he needs to take to obtain the required 2000 LP and improve Luna's financial situation. He explains he can change Luna's skill to consume her money instead of years of her life. Lola then comes up with a brilliant idea to earn money, which involves attending an event called the Pride Day of Aaron, organized by the nobles. They give it a shot and go to an arena where the presenter explains that the men will have the chance to showcase their girlfriends and compete for a prize 1 million rels. However, the audience, who carry shells, jeers and expresses hatred towards the men participating, claiming that they are lucky and should die. Lola reveals that the presenter created the event due to his personal experiences of being betrayed by women. Just like the single audience members, they harbor resentment towards attractive men. Seeing the hostile atmosphere, Noir becomes frightened and expresses his desire to go home. Despite his fears, the event commences and it is the turn of the first participant. The guy enters the stage with his 3 girlfriends, and the audience's objective is to criticize the girls if they find any flaws. There is a moment of silence, followed by the audience shouting at one of the girls, comparing her nose that of a pig. They also mark the man's seemingly cold kiss with one of his girlfriends. Another audience member coolly remarks that he would rather date a dog than someone as unattractive as the girls on stage. The girlfriend who was insulted starts crying due to the cruelty of the audience. Noir and the girls become terrified, realizing the potential humiliation they might face from the audience if the girls are not well liked. Throughout the night, many groups continue to pass and during cruel insults if their women are not considered the most beautiful. However, everything changes when Group 9 appears with a very attractive girl. The audience falls silent, unable to insult them, and instead they express their frustration by stating that they will take it out on the next group. Lola mentions that Group 9 consists of adventurers from a rival guild of their academy. This revelation makes Noir feel insecure, as he believes that this team now has the advantage to win 1 million rounds. It's Noir and the girls' turn to participate in the event. Emma is feeling scared, but Noir whispers words of encouragement to boost her confidence. The audience becomes ecstatic, particularly over Emma's voluptuous features. Next, Luna is introduced, followed by Lola. The audience continues to shout perverted remarks at them. The presenter announces that Noir and the girls have achieved the highest score in the entire country. Excited by this news, Noir and the girls start celebrating their victory. However, Lola informs them that the competition is not yet over. He declares that in order to win the money, they must satisfy all the men in the audience. Noir and the girls protest, stating that it is unfair since they have already proven themselves as the winning team. Suddenly a masked man appears, holding a sign with daring questions written on it. The girls gather and strategize on how to impress Noir. They begin to fulfill the challenges, which involve pampering Noir as if he were a child. As they perform, both the presenter and the audience become envious of the attention the girls are giving to Noir. They manage to reach the final challenge, where they must prove that they are the best harem. The girls give Noir a triple kiss, and the presenter becomes overwhelmed with emotions, crying as he recalls his wife who left him in tears. He throws the money at them and asks them to leave. As Noir and the girls make their way out of the Colosseum, the audience becomes hostile and throws food at them. Despite the chaos, they leave laughing at the victory they achieved together. Outside the Colosseum, Noir can't believe that they won money by doing something incredible, and how it felt like being in a real harem. He also realizes that he has gained a significant amount of LP. Meanwhile, Maria's condition is deteriorating rapidly. The doctor informs her that despite doing everything possible, he doesn't believe she will survive until the next day. Noir and the girls soon arrive at Maria's mansion and encounter her assistant, who is outside crying. They offer comfort and reassurance, telling her that there is still time to save Maria since she hasn't turned 16 yet. The assistant then shares Maria's story, explaining that from a young age she knew she had a curse that prevented her from living a normal life. The knowledge that she wouldn't reach adulthood made her deeply sad. Maria reveals that the curse originated when her grandfather defeated the sorcerer, who then cast the curse specifically on her. The curse had no effect on any other family members, leaving Maria puzzled as to why she was singled out. Despite trying various methods to break the curse and save herself, Maria came to accept her fate of death. She resolves to live her remaining time to the fullest and enrolled in the academy to fulfill her role as a true daughter of a duke until her last moments. Noir and the girls enter Maria's room where she is recovering. Luna explains to her parents that the curse affecting Maria is incredibly strong even with Luna's elf blood, which typically grants long life. Removing the curse would result in her death. Luna emphasizes that her healing abilities, although powerful, would not be enough to save Maria. Noir then reveals that he can Luna's his skill, redirecting the damage to her finances instead of her life. He assures everyone that they ended up receiving more money than they needed, and so the financial burden will not be a problem. Maria's assistant confesses that Maria always sensed something special about Noir since she saw him for the first time upon entering the academy. This was confirmed when she discovered that it was Noir who defeated the Dead Reaper during the entrance exam. Hearing this, Noir is surprised to learn that Maria realized he was the one who defeated the monster. At that moment, Maria wakes up and questions Noir about his presence. Noir explains that he wanted to repay her kindness as she was the only one at the academy who treated him well and did not discriminate against him for being a baronet. Observing Noir's tiredness, Maria becomes aware of his life points and how to increase them. She takes him by the cheeks and kisses him, surprising her parents and the girls. Subsequently, Luna informs Maria that it is time to remove the curse. After a painful process, Luna successfully expels the evil completely, freeing Maria from the curse's grip. Maria's mother expresses her happiness and cries tears of joy. Lola and Emma celebrate together, while Maria's assistant hugs her tightly, relieved that the curse is finally gone. Maria realizes that her chest no longer hurts, and Noir confirms with his analytical eye that the curse has indeed been completely lifted. Maria expresses her gratitude to Luna for using her powers to save her. However, Luna humbly replies that she feels relieved to have been able to remove the curse and considers herself the one who should be thankful. Maria then takes Noir's hands, expresses her gratitude, stating that she doesn't know how to thank him and that she will be forever indebted to him. As they leave the house, Noir reflects on the satisfaction he feels for having helped Maria. However, Emma and Lola become concerned because Maria has developed feelings for Noir, which makes them view her as another rival for his affection. Luna then reveals that she too has fallen under Noir's charm. The three girls playfully accuse Noir of being a womanizer. Noir visited his teacher to express his gratitude once again. He thanks her for granting him abilities that now allow him to help others. His teacher remarks that he smells like women, to which Noir responds that he has kissed several girls. Olivia, his teacher, finds it unfair that he has kissed many girls but never kiss her. She asks him to kiss her, but Noir decides to give her a kiss on the forehead instead. However, Olivia tells him to practice with other girls so that he can satisfy her next time. The following day, it is revealed that the Duke, as a token of gratitude for saving his daughter, has gifted each of them a chest containing 100 million rels. Noir expresses uncertainty about what to do with so much money, and Emma suggests that he open a shop to sell monster materials. However, the girls start arguing over who will assist Noir in his new shop. Feeling overwhelmed, Noir runs away from the situation. Noir later discusses his plans with his family, explaining that they can use the money they receive to open a store selling items and materials. He will take on the responsibility of obtaining the necessary materials by hunting monsters. Noir instructs his father to find a suitable location and prepare the legal paperwork for the store. However, he expresses concern that his father may spend all the money at the casino, so he entrusts the task of managing the funds to his mother to ensure they are not wasted. Noir then heads into the dungeon to gather materials and become stronger. His teacher suggests that he equip himself with the necessary skills for his journey. As he descends to the first floor of the dungeon, he comes across two deceased giant animals that have fought each other. Suddenly, a black lion with a flower on its head appears before him. Initially frightened, Noir considers fleeing through a portal. However, the lion assures him that it means no harm and wants to ask him for a favor. Surprised by the lion's ability to speak, Noir prepares himself to listen attentively to what it has to say. The lion named Tiger Sun and proposes to take Noir to the 6th floor of the dungeon in exchange for his help in finding someone. Intrigued, Noir agrees and climbs onto Tiger Sun's back as they swiftly make their way through the dungeon. Tiger Sun reveals that its name was given to it by its friend. It takes great pride in this name as it holds a special meaning for the lion. Tiger Sun explains that it needs Noir's assistance in finding its friend. When they entered the dungeon, they reached the 5th floor, at which point its friend asked Tiger Sun to wait while he ventured up to the 6th floor. However, 350 years have passed and he hasn't yet to return. Despite the time that has elapsed, Tiger Sun remains faithful to its promise and has never gone in search of its friend. The lion mentions that its friend belongs to the elfin race, which typically has a lifespan of around 500 years. Tiger Sun stays on the 5th floor of the dungeon while Noir continues to the 6th floor to fulfill his part of the agreement. Upon reaching the 6th floor, Noir is met with a dark and eerie environment. Suddenly, multiple zombies appear chasing Noir and shedding body parts as they pursue him. Noir's experience is a moment of relief when he finds an escape route through a door. However, to his surprise, another zombie emerges, but this one looks different. Noir realizes that the zombie before him is actually Tiger Sun's elfin friend. Determined to help, Noir decides to spend 500 LP to remove the zombification. As a result, the elf transforms back into his original form as a person. After the transformation, Noir informs the elves, whose name is Vachel, that he needs to have a conversation with him. The scene changes, and we see Noir recounting Tiger Sun's story to Vachel, explaining how the lion faithfully kept its promise and waited for him for 350 years. Hearing this, Vachel becomes overwhelmed with emotion and begins to cry, feeling immense guilt for failing his loyal friend. Vachel describes how he first met Tiger Sun. One day, when Vachel was being attacked by monsters, the lion came to his rescue, grateful for Tiger Sun's help. Vachel asked if the lion wanted to be his friend. This simple act brought Tiger Sun great joy, as no one had ever spoken to it before. Vachel then named the lion Tiger Sun, a name that the lion cherished. From that moment on they became inseparable friends, embarking on numerous adventures together. Vachel, feeling guilty for what he had done to Tiger Sun, must urge the courage to face his friend again. As they go back, the two friends embrace each other, expressing their joy at being reunited. Tiger Sun expresses its happiness that Vachel is doing well. However, Vachel reveals something he had never mentioned before: his homeland does not accept other races. Upon hearing this, Tiger Sun understands that it is time for them to part ways, as Vachel wishes to return to his beloved homeland. Vachel feels guilty for making Tiger Sun waste so many years of his life waiting for him. With tears in his eyes, he apologizes to the lions. Tiger Sun reassures Vachel that he shouldn't worry and that there are no hard feelings. Noir then uses the portal to exit the dungeons, allowing the friends to have a private conversation about their shared experiences. As they part ways, Vachel bids Tiger Sun farewell and promises to return to visit when he has the opportunity. While leaving, Vachel reminisces about the fun moments they shared. Tiger Sun expresses its gratitude to Noir, who asks what will Tiger Sun do now. However, Tiger Sun admits that it is unsure of its next steps for the moment, but it decides to return to the 5th floor of the dungeon because it has forgotten something important. Noir, overcome with curiosity, decides to follow Tiger Sun back into the dungeon. As he approaches, he notices that the lion is crying. Tiger Sun confesses that it had been mentally preparing for their parting for a long time, but the pain of separation is still deeply felt. Moved by Tiger Sun's emotions, Noir shares that he understands his feelings all too well. The mere thought of parting from his loved ones would be like losing a part of himself. In a heartfelt moment, Noir asks Tiger Sun if it wants to be his friend. The lion, filled with emotion, asks if Noir is serious. Noir assures Tiger Sun that he speaks the truth and extends an invitation for Tiger Sun to live with him. He playfully convinces Tiger Sun by emphasizing the comfort of sleeping on carpet instead of the cold dungeon floor. Tiger Sun, touched by the offer, accepts Noir's proposal to become his friend and guardian lion. In a subsequent scene, we've seen Noir and Tiger Sun running through a field, with Noir riding on the lion's back as they feel the wind on their faces. Tiger Sun realizes the reason why it had waited for Vachel for so long. Fate had something greater in store for it, a new and wonderful friend, filled with a renewed sense of purpose. Tiger Sun runs at full speed towards its new home with Noir. Noir and Emma attended their classes at the academy as usual. Maria enters the classroom and expresses her gratitude to Noir once again for saving her. Shortly after, Professor Elna arrives and announces that the students will have their first exam, which involves collecting rare materials from monsters within a maximum of 2 weeks. The students are alarmed because these materials are known to be extremely difficult to find and are not available in the market. After class, Noir and Emma decide to seek Lola's help at the guild, as they believe she might have information on how to find these materials. However, when they arrived, they discover Lola engaged in a heated argument with another receptionist named Sarah. The dispute stems from Sarah allegedly stealing adventurers from Lola, and the guild receptionists are responsible for managing adventurers, and when adventurers successfully complete missions, they earn points and receive benefits. Lola accuses Sarah of seducing the adventurers under her charge, causing them to switch sides and choose Sarah as their receptionist. Lola challenges Sarah to a duel to determine who can earn more points. Sarah agrees to the challenge on the condition that if she wins, she will steal one additional adventurer from Lola. She then seizes the opportunity to approach Noir and expresses her eagerness to have him as her adventurer. She believes that with her as his guide, he can rise to a higher rank and achieve greater success. Noir uses eye skills to analyze Sarah's abilities and realizes that they are all centered around seduction. This revelation makes him understand why she is so popular among the men in the guild. Emma and Luna notice Noir's distraction and suggest that he is thinking about inappropriate activities with Sarah. Sarah leaves, displaying a malicious demeanor and showing no remorse for stealing all the adventurers. Despite his distraction, Noir remains fixated on the idea that if Lola loses the duel, Sarah will become his receptionist. However, he assures Lola that he will help her, but first, she must provide high-level missions to obtain the necessary materials for their exam. Luna expresses her desire to join them on these missions, as she is also an adventurer in her free time. Noir, Lola, and Luna successfully complete missions and gather the materials needed for the exam. They also prepare themselves for the most challenging task ahead to defeating a dragon. Noir reveals that he wants to use the money given to them by the Duke to purchase materials needed for the battle against the dragons. He also plans to gather LP by engaging in physical contact with Emma and Luna. Tiger Sun accompanies him to the mountain where dragons are known to reside. Upon arrival, Noir summons the Great Sage to inquire about the nearest dragon's location. The Great Sage informs him that there is one approximately 665 meters away. However, this interaction triggers a severe headache from Noir, which is quickly alleviated when Emma kisses him. Luna, feeling jealous, receives an explanation that it is necessary to alleviate Noir's headaches. The group sets up traps in anticipation of the dragon's arrival. Noir enters the dragon's cave and throws a stone to wake it up. The dragon chases them while hurling stones. Eventually, the dragon falls into one of the traps set by the group. Working together, they kill the dragon using spears. However, Noir sustains a small wound on his head, prompting Emma to worry about his well-being and fear that he may die, but Luna gets her gun and shoots him to heal his injuries. Noir and his group deliver the materials they collected from the dragon to the academy. The students are amazed to learn that they have managed to kill a dragon. Later, they bring the remaining parts to the Adventure Guild, where they are met with equal astonishes. Dragons have become a rare sight in recent years. The achievement of killing the dragon leads to Lola earning a significant number of points as a receptionist. However, Sarah, determined to compete with Lola, insists on adding her own points to determine who is in the lead. So Lola's disappointment, Sarah remains in first place. Lola accuses Sarah of cheating in some way, but the advance for a leader defends Sarah by stating that he personally checked the materials delivered by her. Suddenly, Sarah's adventurers enter, appearing fatigued and behaving like zombies due to overwork. It becomes clear that Sarah manipulates them by offering rewards in exchange for obtaining a large number of materials. Lola then takes Noir into separate rooms. There she removes her tops and presents him with coupons that allow him to touch her wherever he desires. These coupons can be redeemed at any time. Excited by the offer, Noir decides to use them immediately. Lola gently lays Noir down and covers his eyes, providing him with comfort. She expresses her desire to comfort her adventurers, ensuring they have the strength to complete their missions. Noir responds by assuring Lola that he will always be there to support her whenever she needs it. Later, Noir then decides to approach his teacher Olivia and informs her of his need for rare materials to help Lola win the competition against Sarah. Olivia suggests that he can find these materials on the 7th floor of the dungeon. However, it won't be easy to face the monsters there and advises him to acquire new abilities to aid him. She recommends learning how to manipulate fire, water, and lightning. Excited by the possibilities, Noir decides to acquire these abilities by sacrificing some of his LP. Olivia emphasizes the importance of magical fusion, which allows Noir to combine different elements with one another. Noir decides to test his magical fusion abilities against a group of zombies. After defeating them, he realizes that his power has increased, making him much stronger than before. Encouraged, he proceeds to explore the 7th floor of the dungeon and is surprised to discover a forest. Noir spots a girl perched on a tree. As he observes the surroundings, he notices a pack of aggressive wolves feeding on their prey. Upon assessing their abilities, Noir realizes that the wolves are stronger than him, prompting him to retreat to ensure his safety. Later, the girl from the tree approaches Noir and expresses her gratitude for his presence. Noir is taken aback by her striking resemblance to a young Emma. The girl insists that she is willing to fulfill any requests he may have if he helps her. The girl reveals herself to be a dryad, a spirit of the trees and forests. She explains that she can extend her roots and gain knowledge of everything happening within the forests. She was aware of Noir's powers as soon as he arrived. The girl confesses that her appearance was purposely chosen because she believed Noir would like. However, Noir blushes and tells her that he does not have any romantic interest in young girls. The dryad named Dory asks Noir for his assistance in defeating a monster that is draining her mana, causing her to grow weaker. In return for his help, she promises to reveal the locations of 2 treasure chests and guide him to reach the 8th floor. Noir, feeling apprehensive, requests more information about the monster, admitting his own cowardice. Eventually, Noir and Dory reach the tree which serves as the girl's true body. There Dory explains that the monster harming her is a mutated golden bee, which is causing damage to her physical form. As Noir assesses the bee's abilities, he becomes overwhelmed with fear, realizing that it surpasses his own strength. In a heart-wrenching moment, Noir witnesses the bee draining mana from Dory's body, causing her to collapse in pain, caught between the desire to protect his own life and the sight of Dory's suffering. Noir initially considers not risking his life for a stranger, even as her physical form crumbles. However, in a sudden change of heart, he declares that he will not abandon Dory, especially when she is in such agony. Yet, Noir finds himself feeling powerless and frustrated. Biting his lip in a moment of helplessness, Noir seeks out his teacher, Olivia, and shares with her everything that has transpired with Dory. Olivia playfully teases him, suggesting he is in love with the girl. Despite the teasing, Olivia advises Noir to stay away from the situation, as he is unable to confront the monster bees. However, Noir insists that Olivia agrees to provide him with an alternative approach to achieve victory. Noir returns to the 7th floor, and Dory uses her power to locate the nest of the golden bee. Noir plans to attract the wolves to the nests, hoping they will help in the battle. The plan seems to be work perfectly, with wolves chasing Noir toward the tree. However, upon arriving at the tree, they discovered that the bees once again draining Dory's mana, leaving her unconscious. Filled with anger, Noir attacks the bee with his sword, but his strikes prove ineffective. He then tries to use lightning, but the bee avoids all of his attempts. Noir formulates a new plan, modifying the previous target. He decides to redirect the wolf's aggression toward the golden bee. Unfortunately, the bee manages to effortlessly defeat and kill the wolves. Recalling Olivia's suggestion, Noir combines his water ability with his lightning power, hoping to create a stronger attack. Finally, he succeeds in killing the bee with this combination of elements. Afterward, Noir carries Dory in his arms, and she expresses her gratitude for his actions. However, Noir humbly credits their victory to their teamwork rather than his individual efforts. Dory then leads him to the location of the treasure chests. To their surprise, when they open the chests, they discovered that the contents are 2 damaged objects. Using his analytical skills, Noir realizes that these seemingly damaged items can grant powerful abilities to the girls in his group. Noir bids farewell to Dory, promising to bring her something delicious when he returns. He gives one of the rare objects he obtained from the treasure chests to Lola. The guild holds the competition that night to determine the winning receptionist based on who has collected the most coins. The competition is tight, but Lola emerges as the winner by a narrow margin. However, Sarah, unwilling to accept defeat, accuses Lola of cheating. Lola calmly responds that without any evidence she cannot be accused of such. Sarah is left speechless, realizing that Lola's response mirrors the exact same words she had used in the past. Noticing Sarah's sadness, Noir tried to console her, but before he can do so, Sarah hands him a piece of paper. Noir opens it and discovers that it contains Sarah's home address. This sparks jealousy in Lola, causing her to chase after Sarah to beat her. Noir decides to give Emma the other object he obtained from the dungeon, which enhances her wind abilities. Emma expresses her gratitude for the gift, but Noir notices that she appears to be deeply saddened. Emma invites Noir to a party. However, Noir is hesitant about attending. In response, Emma accuses him of being a fool, suggesting that he doesn't care about losing her. After her remark, Emma runs away. Later, Noir arrives at his house, only to find his family in tears. They explain that they have been unable to find a place to rent for their store, this situation as a result of their low social status. As they belong to one of the lowest levels of society, this is the reason why Noir hesitated to accept Emma's invitation to the party. He is unsure how others will perceive him due to his mere baronet status. Noir makes his mind to attend the party and made the effort to buy a suit as he mingles with the guests. Emma's parents approach him and express their delight at seeing him. Emma's father then brings up the topic of dancing, asking if Noir is aware of it. Noir responds that Emma had mentioned something about it. Just as the conversation unfolds, Emma makes her entrance and Noir is struck by her beauty and blushes. However, the atmosphere is interrupted by the Count, who addresses the guests to make an important announcement. He has received a letter from the infamous thief known as Phantom. This instills fear in everyone at the party. The Count reassures them that the thief's target is his precious mermaid's tear. He mentions that this will not be an issue because the treasure will be well guarded by the adventurers of the strongest guild. Noir is taken by surprise when he encounters a girl from the guild who is much stronger than him, despite being the same age. Later, Noir becomes nervous as the dance begins and realizes that he has no idea how to dance. At that moment, a boy named Mike approaches Emma and invites her to dance, but she declines his invitation. Mike then turns his attention to Noir and upon learning that Noir is a baronet, challenges him to a dance-off. The rules are as follows: both will have the opportunity to dance with Emma, and as Mike wins he will earn a date with her. The audience will determine the winner based on applause, indicating who the best dancer is. Realizing that Mike is a skilled dancer, Noir decides to use his LP to enhance his own dancing skills. When it's his turn to dance with Emma, the guests and Emma's parents are impressed by Noir's ability and the chemistry between the two. They receive thunderous applause, being crowned the best couple of the night. Noir and Emma are on the verge of sharing a kiss when suddenly the lights go out. The mysterious Phantom makes her appearance, revealing herself to be a masked woman. She unveils her plan to not only seal the mermaid's tear but also to take the Duke's daughter, Emma. Phantom casts a spell that causes Emma to faint and proceeds to kick Noir. On a Phantom's accomplices steals the precious jewel and escapes by leaping over the rooftops of nearby houses. Amidst the commotion, an adventurer named Layla advises Noir against attempting to pursue Phantom, as it is dangerous for a novice adventurer. However, Noir insists on going after the thief to recover Emma. Layla reluctantly agrees to let him join their group but warns him not to get in their way. The group manages to catch up with Phantom and engages in a battle against her. Phantom summons Bird that surrounds Layla with fire, but Noir utilizes his lightning powers, which he discovered to be her weakness with his analytical eye. He electrocutes Phantom, while Layla destroys the Firebird. Noir rushes to Emma's side, who is still unconscious from the spell. Noir compliments Layla on her impressive martial arts skills, to which she reveals that her parents are highly skilled adventurers. She came to the city to study and decided to join the Llama Guild. Noir introduces himself and mentions that he belongs to the rival guild called Odin. Despite the guild rivalry, they decide to become friends. At that moment, the leader of the Llama Guild appears, but Noir becomes suspicious of his behavior. The leader hits Noir and uses his gravity ability to paralyze him along with Layla. Noir then realizes that the man is using a disguise and throws a stone at him, causing his earring to fall off. As a result, the man reverts to his original form, revealing himself to be Phantom's partner. The man then reveals his intentions, stating that he intends to make Emma his wife. Furious, Noir declares that he will not abandon Emma as she is someone important to him. Emma regains consciousness and uses her wind powers to attack him. Noir follows up with a powerful punch, knocking the man to the ground. Later, Emma's parents and the Count express their gratitude to Noir for his bravery. They thank him and inform him that he will receive a reward for his actions. In this case, helping him secure a place for his store. Not only that, but the rent for the location is significantly reduced, costing them only a fraction of what it would normally be worth. Noir's mother and sister discuss taking care of the store's decorations, while his father will handle all the cleaning. Emma embraces Noir, expressing her desire to help with the store, yet Alice becomes jealous upon witnessing their closeness. The next day at school, Professor Elna introduces Layla as a new student who has recently arrived from abroad. Noir is surprised to see her since she already knows Emma and Noir. The professor asks Layla to sit next to them. This draws envy from Noir's classmates, who feel envious of his close relationship with both Emma and the new girl. Later, the academy students prepare for a special outdoor day at the hot springs. As they embark on their excursion, Professor Elna mentions that the location is known for its peacefulness. However, she also warns the students to remain vigilant, as they may encounter monsters along the way. Some of the boys in the class are eager to catch a glimpse of Emma bathing outdoors. In response to this, Emma, along with the other girls, asks Noir to make sure the boys do not peep during the trip to the hot springs. As the group is walking, a fairy suddenly appears, capturing the attention of the girls, who find it adorable. However, Noir, using his analytical eye, notices that the fairy possesses the ability to control monsters and can deceive people. The fairy convinces the students to enter a cave, claiming it's a shortcut to the hot springs, but Noir draws his sword, concerned about the potential danger. The fairy tells him to put away his sword, expressing her fear of violence. Ignoring her plea, Noir notices the numerous holes in the cave walls and accuses the fairy of planning to use the monsters to attack them. As Noir uncovers the fairy's true plan, her demeanor changes, revealing her true nature. From the holes in the walls, an army of armed monsters controlled by the fairy emerges. However, the students quickly defeat them, fueled by their strong desire to reach the hot springs. Following this encounter, the professor warns the students to be cautious, as there may be monsters that try to disguise themselves as friendly. Despite the dangers, the boys celebrate the fact that they are getting closer to their destinations. The group arrives at the hotel, where the owner informs them that the women's and men's baths are separated. The boys, however, decide to organize themselves to spy on the girls bathing. They put on goods to avoid being discovered, but Noir refuses to take part in their plan, as the girls have entrusted him to protect them. The boys accuse Noir of being a traitor and begin to chase him toward the hot springs, where the girls are bathing. However, the professor intervenes and creates a wall of earth, causing the boys to crash into it. The leader of the students confronts the professor, asserting that nothing will stand in his way. Noir apprehends the leader, who then reveals that he had spent all his savings to increase his muscle mass as he undergoes a transformation. He comments on his drastic measures just to see his classmate bath. Noir tries to reason with him, explaining it is unnecessary, but the leader attacks him. Noir manages to defeat the leader by throwing him to the ground. However, another classmate attempts to quickly enter the girls' bathroom. Noir takes off after him, determined to prevent any further intrusion. The boy is too fast and manages to enter the pool along with Noir. With his eyes closed, Noir instructs the girls to get out of the water, assuming they are undressed. However, when he opens his eyes, he realizes that the girls are all dressed. Professor Elna had ordered them not to undress, as it was a test to see if Noir would resist joining the boys. Overwhelmed and exhausted from using his energy to stop them, Noir faints in the water. When Noir wakes up to find himself in the hot spring with his classmates, the professor approaches him and instructs him to keep a towel around his waist and to keep his eyes covered. She assures him that he doesn't need to worry about anything else, as she has luck of all the boys. As a reward for preventing the boys from spying, she allows Noir to bathe with the girls. Surrounded by the girls touching his body, Noir realizes that he has gained more than 10,000 LP. After returning, the girls help Noir at the opening of their new store. They discuss the name of the store and ultimately decide on Stardian Rarities, a name suggested by Tiger Sun. They feel it is more fitting for the store to bear the family's last name. Noir's parents and sister arrive, having distributed pamphlets to promote the store. They mention that Tigerton is also promoting it. Everyone is thrilled as many customers enter the store and show interest in the items being sold. Noir takes a moment to reflect on his achievements and acknowledges that everything he has accomplished is thanks to his teacher Olivia. He decides to visit her, determined to free her and his intention to remove her chains. Olivia, however, tells him not to worry about saving her. Noir insists and calls upon the great sages to provide him with an answer on how to remove Olivia's chains without causing her harm or death. The great sage informs Noir that he will find a clue on the 15th floor of the dungeon. Noir makes his way to the dungeon. However, on the 14th floor he encounters a challenging test with two paths. One path is designed for two people, while the other is for a single person. Noir decides to take the path meant for a single person. The test involves navigating a narrow, and falling would result in being impaled by sharp spikes. He is also not allowed to use his abilities to complete the challenge, realizing that he won't be able to pass. Noir decides to seek advice from Emma. They meet in a park, and Noir reveals everything about the dungeon and how he obtained his powers. He also shares the reason why he is determined to free Olivia from her change. Emma assures him that she will support him and that he can rely on her for whatever he needs. Noir decides to take Emma with him through the path that requires two people. He believes that this path will be easier compared to the narrow path. As they enter a room, They are confronted by a group of goblins with knives. The goblins demand that Noir and Emma surrender their weapons and provide them with food. Utilizing the power of his dimensional pocket, Noir summons up cookies. The goblins are unfamiliar with this type of food, but upon tasting the cookies, they request more. However, this time Noir uses his power to poison the cookies and defeats them. They eventually reach the 15th floor of the dungeon. Upon entering a room, they find Olivia chained. This surprises Noir along as he wonders how she managed to reach this floor. Emma, utilizing her wind power, breaks the chains. However, as Noir approaches Olivia, he discovers that the person before them is a copy pretending to be her. The copy evades Noir's stone bullet with a kick and retaliates with a fire dragon punch, causing Emma to fall to the ground. Despite their attempts to attack, the copy manages to escape through a portal. Noir and Emma return to the real teacher Olivia, who becomes slightly jealous upon seeing Emma. Noir introduces them and explains that there is a copy of Olivia. Emma asks Olivia about her weak point as it would be helpful to know during combat. Olivia playfully responds that she won't share that information since Emma has larger heart than hers. However, she quickly reveals that she was joking and reassures them that they don't have to risk their lives for her. Noir asks Olivia why she has been so kind to him when he hasn't been able to do much to save her. Back in town, Emma suggests that Noir seek help from a historian who is a friend of her father. They hope to discover Olivia's weak point to eliminate the copy. Noir encounters Lola and Luna, who notice his tiredness. They offer him a massage that increases his LP. The next day in the library, Noir discovers that one way to eliminate the copies is by using the sacrifice skill. Leaving the library, he decides to use 10,000 life points to obtain this new skill. Noir is walking down the street when he unexpectedly encounters Olivia's copy. The copy reveals her purpose to kill him, even if it means venturing into the real world. She confesses that not only does she possess Olivia's abilities, but she also inflicts suffering upon the real Olivia. Angered by this revelation, Noir decides to use his sacrifice power, creating other abilities in exchange for increased strength. He hurls a lightning bolt at the copy, but she effortlessly dodges it and retaliates by slashing him across the chest with her sword. As she slowly approaches Noir, ready to deliver the final blow, Olivia senses his suffering and desperately pleads for him not to die there. In that moment, Olivia recalls a memory from 200 years ago about a boy who, much like Noir, persistently sought her out to be his teacher. Despite repeatedly refusing his requests, Olivia began to develop a fondness for his unwavering dedication. However, tragedy struck when she learned that the boy had passed away. Olivia rushed to see his lifeless body and was overcome with sadness when she discovered that he had sacrificed himself to save his sister, following her instructions. Devastated, Olivia wept at his grave, realizing that if she had taught him, he might still be alive. After being trapped in the dungeons for 200 years, Olivia's life took a turn when Noir appeared. Filled with guilt, Olivia gave Noir powers on their first meeting, hoping to prevent a similar tragedy. From that moment she became his teacher. Returning to the present, finds himself on the brink of death at the hands of the copy. However, just as the copy is about to strike, Emma intervenes with a kick. Lola and Luna, witnessing the injured Noir, become furious. Luna uses a healing shot to stabilize Noir, and Layla arrives declaring that she won't allow Noir to face this alone. She sees him as both a rival and a friend. Noir warns them about the copy's strength. Despite the warning, the girls are determined to help Noir, as he has aided each of them in the past. The girls launch their attacks against the copy. However, it becomes evident that the copy is incredibly powerful. Noir realizes that he has not yet recovered from the previous attack. As the copy employed a particularly potent ability against him, the copy approaches Emma, who is still on the ground. However, Lola starts throwing barrels at the copy, but she effortlessly returns one. Luna quickly steps in to heal both Lola and Emma. Noir utilizes this added skill to nullify the power of the copy's sword, allowing Layla to break it. However, the copy retaliates with the fire dragon punch, knocking Layla to the ground. Desperate, Noir asks Luna to heal Layla, but she faints as the copy has cast a spell to disable them all. All the girls fall under the same enchantment, rendering them unable to continue fighting. The copy unleashes another wave of fire toward Noir, who realizes that he has edited his abilities to slow him down. Feeling the pressure, Noir attempts to strike back with a stone bullet, but she returns it, striking him in the chest. Noir realizes that his abilities are worsening due to the copy's actions. The copy urges him give up. However, fueled by his determination to free his teacher, Noir musters his courage and once again activates his sacrifice power. He launches a powerful attack against the copy, causing her to feel danger for the first time. However, to his shock, he realizes that his strike has no effect on her, as her skin is incredibly tough. The copy unleashes a relentless barrage of attacks, repeatedly striking Noir and sending him flying through the air. The copy conjures a massive fire dragon, surprising Noir with her seemingly endless energy. She screams from Noir's demise and directs her power toward him. In that crucial moment, Noir's mind is flooded with the faces of all the girls who had relied on him for protection. Summoning his courage, Noir rises to his feet and wielding his sword cleaves the dragon in two. With flames engulfing his blade, he drives it into the head of the copy. It is then revealed that the copy's true form is that of a magical chain that has imprisoned Olivia. Cursing Noir one final time, the copy is destroyed. Overwhelmed by exhaustion, Noir collapses to his knees, having utilized nearly all of his LP in the battle. However, the girls hug him to replenish his points. After breaking the mortal chains that had imprisoned teacher Olivia, Noir rushes to her side. Olivia, now liberated from her long captivity, emerges from the dungeon and finds herself in a field, witnessing the sunrise for the first time in 200 years. Overwhelmed with joy, she tells Noir that she is finally free. Hearing these words, Noir's eyes well up with tears of happiness, and he runs towards Olivia to embrace her tightly, crying like a child. Noir asked Olivia why she never revealed the extent of her suffering during all those years. He questions why she kept the torment inflicted by the mortal chance a secret. Olivia responds that she didn't want Noir to feel burdened or pressure. Expressing her gratitude, Olivia thanks Noir, acknowledging that without him, she would have remained locked up for eternity. Noir, deeply moved, tells her that meeting her has completely transformed his life. Days later, they find themselves standing in front of the dungeon doors, and Noir shares his desire to conquer the 15th floor and become stronger. Olivia responds by suggesting that if Noir manages to surpass the 100th floor, he may become as strong as her. With that, Olivia will patiently wait outside while Noir opens the massive doors of the dungeon, ready to go on another adventure. Thanks for watching. Want more anime recaps? Subscribe the channels and turn on notification bell.